So it'll be interesting to see if we get any gambling plays or not.
And it looks like we're off. We get the bow to start in Link's house.
Ooh, nice.
Now this is standard mode, so we are going to see Uncle having an item, and it won't be a sword because we would have seen the sword on Uncle if we had it. So they're actually going to have 2 weapons to use through the escape sequence this time.
Yeah, having bow right from the start means it doesn't even matter like what weapon you get from the uncle. Just having the extra weapon to go with.
And we also got hammer.
Hammer definitely leads to a powerful start. Not as much range as the sword per se, but having tempered damage early is very nice.
I mean, it's also a permanent weapon, whereas the bow, you know, we were going to need the arrows in order to do it. We also got an empty bottle in the uncle's tunnel, so pretty loaded start.
Yeah, having that bottle early also allows for both our runners to route in the sick kid in Kakariko, so they won't have to come back at a later date.
Now, the one thing with the escape sequence is you are going to want to try to farm a bomb so you can get the back of escape. So having enough weapons to try to get that bomb farmed will be pretty easy. We got $20 to start in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having melee weapon is you can spend a lot of time farming enemies, although you don't want to spend too much time, of course, but kill the things in your path kind of thing and go from there. And we'll see what Princess Zelda's hiding down here at her cellar right away.
Yep, we got the boomerang. We got the boomerang chest first, which has the small key. This being standard mode, the dungeon items are still in the dungeons, and in Hyrule Castle, that's just a small key and a map. So we were guaranteed to find that small key in order to get through the door in the sewers. But the map will be the only other dungeon item we will find, and then everything else will be randomized items.
Gaming with a Wraith, going for the pot hammer strat here. Making it really quick, you don't really give the ball and chain guard a chance to start flailing around. Whereas Toast just went for straight up hammer, which is also very nice to do.
Yeah, both of them got it done, no problem. So now we're just escorting Zelda back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, neither one of them having a bomb yet, so it'll be interesting to see if they have to reroute the escape in or not. Without the glove, it is still in logic to come back. The cone of light without the lamp is still going to be there in the sewer section. So it'll just be a kind of a time sink if they don't get this bomb drop.
Yeah, the one thing to keep in mind, though, is that after that, because it's required, the light cone is there. Afterwards, if you want to see in the dark, you will need the lamp.
Yeah, exactly. In standard mode, it'll just be that escape sequence that'll have the light cone, whereas everything else does not. And I don't think we've seen the map yet, so out of the next 5 chests, we will see the map. So we have 4 items left ahead of us. Ooh, Toast getting that bomb drop off the ropes here. Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Apparently, Gaming with a Wraith is using the Igignokt sprite. I have no idea what that is.
I have never seen it before, ever.
I actually thought it was Ditto for a point, and then it was like, no, that's not it. And then I know Toast is using the Modern Link sprite.
It'll be interesting to see what Gaming with a Wraith sprite looks like in the fairy form, or the bunny form, sorry.
Ooh. Speaking of which, Toast had a bomb, dropped it, and exploded, but thankfully he had a second bomb so he could get this potion, a moon pearl, and a map. So Sanctuary Chest will have an item.
Very nice to see that moon pearl early, not have to search for it later, and that puts us a glove away from our Dark World access.
Yes, it does. Apparently, chat is telling me that sprite that Gaming with a Wraith is that it's a Moonitite from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which explains why I have no idea where that's from because I've never seen that.
Yeah, I myself have not seen that either, so that makes a lot of sense.
We see a $5 in the Sanctuary Chest, and from here, the world is our runner's oyster.
Alright, we'll probably see a standard route from both runners. Potential Lumberjack check, Forest, as well as route into Kakariko. And Toast going for that tree pole, but only getting 20 rupees out of it. But the bush crab, very nice, dropping us some bombs today.
Oh, I missed what was on the Lumberjack ledge. Hopefully we'll see it here with Gaming. It's just a piece of heart.
Nothing too important this time around, and it looks like we have a crystal on Desert, a pendant on Hera, as well as a red crystal on Eastern.
Very interesting, and with that bow, you can do dark rooms. You can finish Eastern right now.
Yeah, it might be worth doing that. It gets it out of the way. Of course, not having access to pot or anything like that, you can't do some fast combo with the two of them, but it's still 3 items as well as a half of your requirements for 2 more items at the Pyramid Fairy.
Apparently, we also found a sword in the Lost Woods.
Very nice, and both our runners perfectly in sync here. Actually crazy to see. And both runners having enough bombs to clear out Kakariko. Very nice, not have to go buy any yet. And we'll see what Blind's Hut has for us today. Not looking like much this time around. A couple of heart pieces and a heart container, and getting that silver arrow. Silver arrow, single arrow.
I was gonna say silver arrows are very useful. That arrow of destiny, not so much.
Yeah, very slight slip of the tongue, but heading off into the well.
All right, we got $5 to start. We got triple bombs.
Getting that
got...
triple bomb is very nice too. They don't have to buy bombs; they can head out of Kakariko right away.
Yeah, but just arrows and money for the rest of the well.
And our bottle vendor only having an arrow upgrade, so we've seen lots of that so far. And our chicken hut having another arrow upgrade. And having the bottles early on, they can check Sick Kid, but only having a piece of his heart.
I'm getting.
Back at the tavern, having us a blue rang. Very nice.
Alright, so just bombs on the library ledge, so won't need to come back there, and just the race game, and that should finish up Kakariko. Toast is gonna check that before, and this is a piece of heart, so pretty much a bust here.
Ooh, gaming with a Wraith, gonna gamble it here. In cases where it is not a useful item, you waste time by gambling to go get it, whereas checking it, you save time. Whereas if it's the other way around, gambling will save you time if it's useful.
To be fair, I usually gamble anyway, just because I'd rather lose the time gambling it than lose the time not and finding out it is something.
That's very true. Having to reroute in, going back up, not fun. But Toast finding the glove inside the dam, very nice. That is our Dark World access.
That is, in fact, our Dark World access.
And we'll get to see what our soggy item is here right away.
And just more bombs.
I wonder if those fuses and the bombs are still gonna light okay. And we'll get our check on the mini Moldorm cave here.
Toast selecting to try to get the double one. The bottom one just kind of moved out of the way at the last second. And gets it done.
Still enough bombs to check Ice Rod Cave too, so very nice.
Yep, we got a heart container, another heart piece, 20 bucks, another heart piece, and another heart piece. So a lot of health here in mini Trollhorn Cave.
Yeah, Toast was running a little low on health, but all those heart pieces giving him the full refill there. Definitely nice, not have to worry too much about these crabs here that'll do 2 hearts of damage to you. And gaming with the Wraith, using these sword strats, being able to walk over to the sides there. Very nice.
Now we're going to see here in Ice Rod Cave. Just a big 20.
Right, having bow as well as glove, both would be a sequence break technically if you were to finish Eastern or if you were to go up the mountain. But it'll be interesting to see which these runners want to go with.
Yeah, the fact that Toast started at the Sanctuary tells me he's going to sequence break up to Death Mountain. Or just walk right past Death Mountain. He could do that too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Dark World. So having access to Village of Outcasts here, a bunch of items to obtain, as well as we'll probably get a map check.
Yeah, now that makes sense. That's what he's doing.
And having our Dark World access, all of chat's Ega dreams are dead.
Yep. Gaming with Wraith is going to head to Eastern Paso. All right. Turtle Rock is a green pendant. Thieves Town is a red pendant. Ice Palace is a 5/6 crystal. Everything else is crystals.
Almost scary to have TR as a green pendant. That's a lot of items to be held. So we'll see if they have to make that gamble at some point in time or not. And Sahashala not having really anything in his closet there.
Toast is gonna risk it though. Six Hearts Green Mail Thieves Town, very risky here.
Yeah, with it being a pendant, it's pretty much going to be it's either going to be clear the first floor and out, depending on what you get, or could see a potential further dive. That's 2 of the items already, as well as getting that 10 bomb. That's the new item in this mode, in which that is the bombs you would receive from your uncle at the beginning.
Yep. Now the one thing is that we're gonna be, one of the 4 chests is guaranteed to be the big key, because you need the big key to get to the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, exactly. So there's guaranteed at least 1 item in the back half, and there's our big key.
Which is funny because the race I just got done doing, it was 3 items in the front, and then the back 4th item was of course in the Thieves Town big chest, and I didn't have the hammer.
Those are always the most unluckiest of events, but this time having hammer for these runners, they should be okay. 2 items in the back half, but all these enemies will do a massive amount of damage.
Toast is going to continue on, though. With the compass, that means there's 2 items back here. And they have the hammer, so they'll be able to full clear this no problem, assuming you can get through without dying.
Yeah, the Hellway coming up here is definitely going to be interesting. No powder to deal with the anti-fairy, as well as these little goopy stars are gonna be kind of messing with you a bit, but gets through okay.
Yeah, he dodged it really well.
Gaming with the Wraith working their way through Eastern, getting a heart container out of the big chest.
All right, and we have swag in Thieves Town.
So that will leave 1 more item in Thieves Town. Will it be in the big chest? Will it be in the cell with blind? Or is it going to be on blind itself? Gaming with a Wraith doing the Dark Room there very nicely, but sequence breaking. So whatever is back here is going to be locked by the lamp. Just a map.
But Gaming with a Race is going to go on. I assume he knows how to do the Dark Room. Which actually, it's not... As long as you do it quick and can get the Igor before he moves from his default location. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, overall, it's not too bad. But once that Igor starts moving around, it becomes a little tricky.
Yeah, there it is. Oh.
Yeah, you'll find the Igor for 1 second, and you'll move again, and you won't know where he is yet again. And it's the same history on repeat. It's almost better at this point to walk out of the room and then re-enter.
Yep, he's gonna get a fairy for some health. Speaking of which, Toast has 4.5 hearts to do blind with.
Luckily, it is going to be 9 hits no matter what weapon you're using. So, won't be too worrisome on the items you bring in.
Alright, first 2 phases, so far so good. And only takes 1 hit. Well done, Toast.
Absolutely phenomenal fight there. Not getting too much out of Thieves Town, though.
Nope.
But does get them 1 step closer to a potential blind pedestal pull.
And Gaming with Awraith makes it through.
Definitely very nice to get through that dark room. Since you're already here, having the required items to beat the dungeon, you won't have to come back later, so.
Ooh, and we got the Titansmiths in the C-shaped house.
That will be very nice, especially when they head up to Death Mountain. Hopefully they'll have the hookshot or the mirror at that point in time, and they can do the full eastern side, really, Dark World included.
Down go the Armos Knights, and that's the first crystal at 22 minutes and 45 seconds.
And our digging game not holding too much here.
15 digs for a 10 bomb upgrade.
Quite the time sink, but at least it's not 30 digs. And we'll see what old Stumpy here has for us today.
Piece of shovelry. Is this even randomized?
That is quite the vanilla shovel. Unfortunately, not holding the mirror. Can't check it right away. Now, if that shovel leads to a vanilla flute, I think we're playing NMG.
We're gonna get a high five here at Hype Cave. We're gonna start off with the flippers.
That's looking promising already.
Heart container, 50 bucks. Another heart container, and a piece of heart. I'm gonna call that a solid meh.
Yeah, I'll give that like a 4 out of 10. Flippers are very nice. The health is okay. It's not necessarily needed, but with green mail still, I guess it comes in handy.
Absolutely. All right. So right now, pod is full clearable if you can do the dark rooms. But let's see, Swamp we can't get into because of the mirror. Hera we can't get into because of either needing mirror or hook shots. Same with Desert. Skullwoods you could do, but you can't get to Mothula without the Fire Rod. I kinda would probably head for Pod at this point.
Yeah, with having 5 items in pod, I can definitely agree to that. There's also the long frog adventure that you can partake in, having that Titan's Mitt on Toast's side. But of course, you'd have to save and quit in order to return the breadsmith.
Yeah. See, if I was thinking that, I would have grabbed Jeremiah before, after the digging game and had brought him on the Froggy World Tour from here.
Yeah, exactly. Heading up to the catfish here, it looks like you're probably going to save and quit from up here just due to it being such a long trek back. So definitely would have been nice to bring Jeremiah along.
Alright, we're gonna see Gaming with a Wraith head over to the Northwest Dark World. And catfished again for a piece of heart.
Catfish just wants some love, man. No one wants it. Toast remembering they have that shovel. Gonna go check that quick before re-entering the Dark World. Alright, place your bets now. Is it gonna be Vanilla Flute?
I don't know. I just know Toast is gonna do his Shovel Knight impression, strike the earth in, and it's the mirror!
That is a very nice find. That is our Hera access as well as Eastern Death Mountain. So long as they do the dark trek up there, but very nice to have mirror.
Alright, so we're seeing Gaming with a Wraith in Skullwoods.
Yeah, 2 items to be held here, so...
We got a small key to start, and then the big key.
Without Fire Rod, won't be able to access the 3rd section, so for their sake, hopefully those 2 items are located in this first half for doing this early dip.
Toast is going with that mirror is going to sequence break up to Death Mountain.
We get to see what the old man is leaving for our inheritance, and then quite a few checks are possible up here now with the items that we have.
The only thing they don't have right now is the hook shot, so they couldn't do hook shot cave on the Dark World side.
Yeah, that's the only unfortunate side of it, but we'll probably get information on TR whilst up here, and the old man giving the big 300. Very nice.
That's quite the inheritance today. That gets us our Zora money.
He knew we were a couple rupees short, so gave us just what we needed.
Looks like we have more money on Spectacle Rock. Inside, we just find triple bombs, and looks like Gaming with a Wraith was setting up a death warp just to refill his health before he heads to that second portion of Skullwoods.
And Toast gonna be loaded on rupees here, as well as I would assume would check Hera for a couple items.
Yep. There's only 2 in there. Now, the one thing is, without a fire source, if you have to go down for coffee break, you need the fire in order to brew that coffee. And we have a red potion to start. Toast isn't even going to bother picking that up.
Very interesting. That red potion could come into play, but they seem to feel confident that they don't need it, so out
So
they go.
he gets the big key and then nopes out. Interesting.
Taking that gamble, too, that item could still potentially be locked in the basement, or it's a long trek up the tower for a pendant dungeon, so you never know.
Now, we found literacy in Skullwoods, so that was only the first item, so there is going to be a second item in the back. But that also would open up desert, except you still need a fire source.
Yeah, very true. Desert could also be boot locked, but more often than not, I feel there's an item or the map or something on there.
Alright, Spiral Cave, we got $5.
Having to do the slow and painful Spiral Cave as well, not having boots to zip around there. And Gaming with a Wraith about to pick up those mitts.
As we see Toast heading over to Paradox Cave. We got 7 items here we can check.
Lots of things to be had. I think it would be best case scenario if one of these items were to hold that hook shot.
We got a cane that has a name tag for Brian, I believe it is.
It's gotta be lame.
All right, we got a heart container. We got a single green rupee, $20. Master sword and triple bombs.
Oh, if only Toast had that book. Would be able to check ether whilst being up here.
All right, we're gonna see Gaming with a Wraith into Pendant Thieves Town. Taking early death probably to refill his health.
Toast had a nice bomb jump there in Paradox Cave, and is going to be going over and checking the Super Bunny Cave here.
As well as what is at Dark, or what's it, Turtle Rock. And actually with finding that Cane of Brian, he could also do Spike Cave while he's here.
Very true. Full magic, so might go for the play. And it looks like they are doing that.
Toast isn't even bothering with Turtle Rock. He's going straight for Spike Cave.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. And I just noticed that Toast actually got the Hot Cheeto sword, the tempered sword, from Super Bunny Cave. Might cut it a little close on magic here.
Think he'll have enough though. Gets it. Got it. For 300 bucks.
Another 300. Well, we know we have enough money for the seed, that's for sure. Gaming with the Wraith, having a little bit of troubles in that hellway. Do not blame him though, there's a lot of things going on there. And now for the real enemy, the grasshoppers. Looks like Toast is going to be going and getting that literacy for themselves. Gaming with a Wraith, getting the Bug Nut, but opting to finish the dungeon off. Very low on the life here. Going to take some mad dodging skills.
Yeah, both of our runners have kind of had to do a lot of dodging here in Thieves Town.
The last item being held on blind, and an overall Thieves Town not really paying off, but will get a pendant if they decide to stick around for it.
Yeah, we know it was a piece of heart on blind.
Toast rethinking things, deciding not to go into the second part of Skull Woods. So will not get that book. And this will be a very tight blind fight to watch, having only 2.5 hearts here.
Yeah, when Toast did it, he had 4.5. Well, 3.5. Gaming with Race gonna have now 3.5. So let's see how this one goes.
And overall, can be a very scripted fight. Oh, getting very close.
Only got half the heart.
On to the last phase.
Ooh, this has got to be perfect. Oh!
Getting a big ol' hug from blind. Is going to go re-attempt it though, knowing that there is an item locked behind him.
Fortunately, we know it's nothing.
Unfortunately, we haven't had ourselves a pedestal check yet. Mainly due to Gaming with the Wraith not having the mirror whilst doing Skullwoods section, and then Toast not continuing on in Skullwoods to get the book. So we won't know if pedestal is going to be required or not at this point. And the Breadsmith's having the hook shot.
Okay. So that actually puts Swamp Palace in play.
Very true. It is a crystal dungeon, and having 6 items within it might be the play to make. And Toast going to be having like relatively easy access to it due to be like returning the purple chest along the way.
Yeah, you can certainly route it pretty well with the mirror. All right, just a big 20 in the South of Grove Cave.
And Gaming with a Wraith going to be going and doing their 15 digs for really nothing.
Yeah, this is a 10 bomb upgrade if I recall.
You are correct. Gaming with a Wraith says no thanks and just leaves. But we'll be getting their shovel here right away.
Which we know will lead to the mirror.
Maybe...
This has got to be Jeremiah.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
playing with our
I
heartstrings.
thought about it.
Decides against it, goes and gets the shovel. I'm sure it was really do I really want to bring him all the way up to Catfish and get no other items along this way?
Well, now that he's got the shovel, he's now heading back?
Interesting. Maybe
Right,
thinking Northern is an optimal path? I don't know.
Either way, we know it's going to pay off because he is going to get Jeremiah.
Very true.
He's already done Hype Cave.
Yeah.
So this is what he did. He did... if I had to guess what his thinking was, go get the shovel, then get Jeremiah, then take the north routes.
Yeah, very true. Northern route would be better, although not having mirror yet due to that being shovel locked doesn't really allow for anything else on the northern part, but just a different route in general. And off to return Jeremiah we go.
Alright, so chat has been talking about our good old friend the pedestal. So we need to kind of eliminate what we need. Hera, we've got everything we need for, so we're good there. Turtle Rock, you need both Fire and Ice Rod, you need Cane of Samaria, and whichever medallion you need to get into Turtle Rock. So in terms of pedestal hype, also the lamp can't be there because you need the lamp for Turtle Rock. So it's either the Misery Mire medallion, or
The flute. Yeah.
or the boots if desert is boots locked.
Yeah, very true. It could be mushroom to lead into that as well, or powder to lead into that. But those are the only potential pedestal items. Or it's useless kind of thing.
Looks like Gaming with a Wraith is going to go ahead and do his sequence break up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, waiting until they have the hook shot is very nice, so they can route in all of this at once. But not having that mirror.
Yeah, he's got the means to get it with the shovel, he just needs to go do it.
Will just be a saving quit if he ever goes into the Dark World section of it. But having hookshot means he can get up to Hera without Mir. I've not really seen anything of significance inside Swamp yet.
No, neither have I. Big key so far, so you can at least get the big chest before heading into the back.
Yeah, and Toast opting to do the left-hand side first, with a lot of items on the table and a lot of items needed to go into go mode. Definitely nice. Just a big 20 inside the big chest.
Still nothing in Swamp so far.
Only a couple more locations left in there to check. And then we'll be off to fight Argus.
So with what they have right now, we're kind of back to where we were before we got the hook shot, where Pod is kind of the only play that really is left. But you could full clear it if you know how to do the dark room, though.
That's very true. Hookshot Cave is also in play at this point in time, but for Toast to route that back in would take a little bit of time. But we'll be able to save and quit and appear at the mountain, so it's not too bad.
Alright, Toast is going to head into Argus. Gaming with a Wraith is going to check that Ether tablet. And it's silver arrows.
Hey, it's that thing I mentioned earlier, but said the wrong thing. Definitely nice to find silvers. Having bow already will make a lot of these bosses very fast. Gaming with a Wraith, opting to pick up that red pot.
I was gonna say earlier, I suck at this game, so when Toast did, and I was like, well, I certainly would have, because I suck at this game. And as Toast gets his first crystal, Gaming with a Wraith is gonna go ahead and finish Hera.
It will be interesting to see what item lies up here in the tower that Toast decided to skip out on.
Yeah, for those that are just joining us, Toast did go into Hera, but he got the big key and then decided to nope out and not finish Hera.
So if this item up here comes into play, that's not too bad, actually. So a red pot and half magic here inside Hera. Not the end of the world, but definitely a nice safety thing to have, half magic.
Right, and if you're here, you might as well, on the very slim chance that it is a pedestal seed, you're already this close, you might as well just get Trollborn done and get the pendant.
Yeah, exactly. 3 spin slashes with the Master Sword, and you'll be able to evade the very fast Moldorm.
Yes, very nicely done by Gaming with a Wraith. That will be a pendant.
One step closer to the pedestal pull, but does have the book, so we'll be able to check it.
Which honestly, now, especially with Turtle Rock being a, well, I take that back. I was about to say, with Turtle Rock being the other pendant dungeon, I would probably go check the pedestal to know if I need to go all the way to Trinex and get that pendant. But the thing is, even if it's not a pedestal seed, you may still want to do that in case the hospital is holding something.
Yeah, exactly. 5 items being inside of TR itself, and then the green pendant holding an item. So it's, you may have to fully route in Trinex anyways.
Meanwhile, Toast routed it so that you can combo Pod and Eastern together. Again, we still don't have the lamp, but I would imagine both of these runners should be able to at least do the Eastern Dark Room like Wraith did, and we'll see how comfortable they are with the Pod Dark Room.
Yeah, some runners opt to doing the rupee dark room inside of Pod. It's a little easier to do than the maze room itself, but we'll see if they feel comfortable with it when that kind of time comes. Gaming with a Wraith, gonna be picking up that hot Cheeto for themselves. And then having that hook shot is very nice at this point in time.
Yep, because we will get to see what Hookshot Cave is. Alright, these are... Alright, well, first we're going to see Turtle Rock, which is Ether. We don't have any medallions yet, but we know Turtle Rock is Ether.
For the runner's sake, I think they're going to hope they don't find Ether.
Now we're going to see what's in Hookshot Cave. We got Lamp.
Very nice. So having Lamp here, that means Flute is required to get to the mountain.
Yep, we also got some blue mail and $50. So that now raises a question. Where is the flute?
I'm gonna go with what you were saying earlier with Pod. Pod just seems like the play to make now, with our knowledge on everything else. That seems like the most chance of Flute.
And the thing is that if the flute was the way you had to get up to Death Mountain in the first place, that means you had to use it to get to Turtle Rock, which means flute cannot be on the pedestal.
Yeah, exactly. The medallion still has a chance, or a mushroom to lead to the medallion. So the dream is not dead yet.
But let's be honest, it's kind of on life support at this point.
Yeah, it is holding on. Did Gaming with a Wraith not check Spectacle Rock yet? Seems to be that way.
Yeah.
And Toast doing the Dark Rooms in Eastern there. Gonna head off to the Armos fight. Alright, we'll see if we get a nice quick kill here on Armos. Barely missing it.
Alright, so maybe Gaming with a Wraith is heading to Pod. That has to be where he's going.
That seems like the logical thing with pathing this way, other than Catfish, but is gonna make that pod play.
And actually, we're gonna get some high five action in here as Toast heads into Pod now. The routing's gonna be better on Toast's point because of having the mirror. He's gonna be able to warp back with all the different branching paths in Pod, whereas Gaming with a Wraith, not having the mirror, which he could have gotten from the dig spot, he's gonna have to do a lot of double backing over places to get to the next branch of the route.
Yeah, Mir definitely gonna be saving a lot of time here. And will we see our flute in here? Oh, I suppose with having book now, desert could be a play for the flute. Could be, not guaranteed.
Yeah, we did find that book in Skullwood, so it is in logic. And actually for Wraith, desert is full clearable at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Although doing desert at the same time as Mire is the best way you can route it in. But of course, if you need an item out of desert to even access Mire, it's not too bad. Ooh, very nice.
We got Fire Rod in Pod.
So having that in an accessible location, we only found one item inside Skull Woods, so there is a potential of that being our flute now, as well as being able to knock out another dungeon.
Well, this also does open up Ice Palace.
Very true. Fat Fairy flute, maybe?
Eastern was the 156 crystal, Ice is the other one. That could be possible. I mean, realistically, at this point, we are a flute and a Misery Mire medallion away from go mode.
Gonna be attempting the Dark Room here. Whereas Gaming with a Wraith, not having to do the dark rooms due to having that lamp could make for an easier time.
All right.
Overall, looking like that fire rod is the play here.
Now we're gonna see how well Toast does with the dark rooms here in Pod. I gotta be honest, I'm a little salty about this because this is how I lost my races. This maze, doing it in the dark right here. Just 10 arrows in the dark maze so far.
Depending on what item comes out of the maze here, could be game changing.
Got the routing so far. Down in the bottom portion. Gaming with the Wraith is gonna opt to hammer yump and save a key. We're gonna get some high five action as both of them are gonna be right at walking through that big chest door. So,
Just the map.
looks like Fire Rod is pretty much all we're gonna find here in Pod.
Both of them going to be opting to head down to Helmasaur, of course. But Gaming with a Wraith having the lamp could make those turtle rooms a little easier.
As well as having the silver arrows. Now, the one thing is, with that one turtle room, is that Toast could light the torch and then be able to get see what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly.
I also, when I was saying how far we were from go mode, I actually forgot we still need the Cane of Samaria also.
Yeah, very true. A flute, a medallion, and the cane.
That pretty much there is a Misery Mire care package if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, exactly. Potential of needing boots, but we won't know unless we see that Desert Torch or the Ganon's Tower Torch. Toast opting to do it in the dark here. Using the bee will get the location of the turtles. Very interesting.
And then gonna use Brian. Well, I guess not. So yeah, the bee will damage the turtles though. That's a new thing I've seen.
Definitely an interesting strat.
But there you see the lamp paying off for Wraith. He's already into Helmasaur. Toast is still trying to deal with the turtles in that last room.
Yeah, I think there's one turtle left, but I'm not sure.
I would also like, ooh, taking a death. Press F to pay respects.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate. And silver arrows coming into play there for Gaming with a Wraith. One shot to the head, done. So with 1 item being in Skull Woods, but 3 items at Swamp. Ooh, there's blue mail.
Yeah, we got a mail upgrade on the Lake Hylia Island.
Neither runner has done the route up to Zora yet either, so those are in play now. So if the runners decide to do Ice Palace over Skull Woods, it would give them access to 5 items due to finishing both the 5-6 crystals and having access to that Pyramid Fairy.
And we're going to see Wraith head into Ice Palace.
We'll get some more high-five action here as Toast follows in behind.
Now, what's interesting to follow for the rest of this race is Toast's failure to complete Pod. He's going to have to go back and do Pod, but he's already done Swamp. So Pod could be the difference in this race depending on how things shake out. Because we already know Swamp doesn't have anything. And so Ice Palace most likely is going to have something that leads towards Misery Mire. There's still that other item in Skull Woods plus Desert Palace.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
It's realistically, I think this race could very well come down to, other than, execution for the rest of the race, of course, but could very well come down to the time it's going to take Wraith to go mode Swamp versus Toast's time to redo go mode Pod.
Yeah, exactly. Go mode Swamp is a very fast dungeon with only having to open 1 chest at the very beginning to get the key out of it. Instead of having to do the full clear that Toast had already done. Both runners just in the same room.
Sorry, baby. Alright, Wraith got the bomb jump.
Another one falling off after. Very nice to see. Oh, here's our divergence. Having that small key, Wraith is going to opt to going on the right-hand side here. And there's Quake.
Have a Quake medallion.
Having that small key really makes it so you can route in those few chests beforehand. It's a very interesting path to take.
Also, my apologies earlier. I think I left push to talk on while I was trying to talk to my girlfriend there. Sorry, chat.
Gaming with the Wraith getting a nice health refill with that heart piece. It'll also be interesting to see when Wraith decides to route in that shovel.
Yeah, because he is going to need that for Swamp Palace. But actually, in a weird way, the longer he holds off the shovel would probably be better for him, because if he tries to do full clear Swamp Palace, which we know nothing is in there, would actually be a bigger time waste. So actually it could work out. Avoiding Swamp would be better for Wraith.
Yeah, I fully agree on that part. The longer you avoid that dungeon, probably the better. I think the only way it would kind of suck is if the flute ended up being behind something that required mirror, like the graveyard or something.
Yeah, that would be either Bombo's Tablet, Great South of Grove Cave, Graveyard Ledge. Those are really the only three places that the mirror would,
Yeah. Of course, we've already checked south of the grave on Toast's side, which it didn't hold anything.
Nope. Very nice fight from, Cold Stare fight from Wraith.
And with Cold Stare dropping a key there, I'm pretty sure that notes that the Cane of Samaria is required before doing this dungeon, logically.
Yes, that was true.
So maybe Samaria is our last item inside Skull Woods.
It is possible. Oh, and Toast taking another death. Oh,
Very unfortunate, those puffballs.
That is gotta hurt.
So that is now 2 dungeons that Toast has just the boss left to finish on. Not the end of the world there, but will route in the Zora area here.
Yeah, but that is really gonna sink a lot of time for Toast to have to redo both Pod and Ice. We find Bombo's Medallion in the Waterfall of Wishing.
It's not Ether, which is very nice to see, because we know Cane of Samaria is available to us at this point in time, somewhere in the world. So if they had Ether, that would open up Turtle Rock as a item dive, which not really something you want to do.
Which, realistically, until they find the Cane of Samaria, even if they do find Ether, you can't get in there until you find the Cane.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have a love lesson from Zora today. Yeah, pretty much. And actually, you know what? The pedestal is officially dead at that point because ether is going to be needed to get into Turtle Rock, and we found Bombos and Quake. So
Yeah,
we can officially say the pedestal dream.
Actually, not quite. Boots. The very slim chance of boots being required is the only thing Ped has going for it.
That could only be if the GT big key is on the torch.
Or desert as well.
Well, no, because here's oh yeah, because if either key is on the desert torch, okay, that makes sense.
Like for desert, if the big key is in that single chest that is available, then the dungeon is completable without the boots, and then you're fine. But if it's on the torch, you are definitely locked out of there. But that is all Pedestal has going for it.
Alright, Toast is gonna make a second trip into Ice Palace as we see Wraith heading for a Venus Cave. Alright, just a big 20 in the Venus Cave.
And with that, I would assume Wraith is going to attempt to find those 2 items inside Desert.
Yep, and then we will know if Desert is boots locked.
Just a bomb upgrade on the ledge.
Oh, and Toast takes another death in Ice Palace.
It'll be interesting to see where they head off to next.
Alright. Moment of truth here. What is in this chest in Desert? Map. That means we're boots locked. So boots can be on pedestal.
That would be worst case scenario, but it is possible.
And honestly, I would probably go check. If I was Wraith, I would probably go check pedestal right now. I need to know. I need to know if I have to do Turtle Rock.
Having Fire Rod and Toast making the play here, heading up into Skullwoods as well. Pretty much finish Skullwoods and check Pedestal at the same time, although Toast not having that book, but will get it here in this next room, so...
Yep.
Although Wraith still does not have the mirror, so won't be able to get that knowledge.
Right. Okay, so in terms of go mode, we need Canis Samoria. We may need Ether if that's what we need to get into Mire. We need the flute, and we need the boots.
Yeah.
So we are 3, potentially 4 items away from go mode.
Both runners doing very similar things thus far. Opting to just go straight to Mothula, having that Fire Rod already equipped, not having to do a menu.
Yep. We just need to find one item. So Wraith is basically hoping Mothula has it. Toast, having the mirror, is going to go ahead and just check it. Check that item, because then he can just warp right back to the start and just go for Mothula from there.
Yeah, I feel with already having Fire Rod equipped, it's nearly a better way of routing it. You have to do it anyways. It is a crystal, so.
Alright, and we saw it was a compass in the chest, so Mothula is going to have the item. Toast Death Warps to get some health back.
Now, will this item come into play?
Alright, here we go. Mothula down. It's the boots!
Okay, Head is officially dead. We will not be saying it this time around.
Yep. So
that leads me to believe we might have Samaria in Desert now, due to that being boot locked.
Correct.
It looks like Wraith is heading directly that way.
Alright, Toast has Mothula down. We'll be getting the boots here.
And back into Desert. Gonna be able to get the key from the torch. And then move on. And it looks like Toast is going to check that pedestal here now.
Alright, we know the pedestal can't have anything important here, but still interesting to see what we've got. Just couch cash. So is the big key, and then the small key will be in the big chest, and we'll see what the two items we have on the right side.
And Toast, most likely going to be doing some bonk rocks here. As well as the King's Tome.
There's the flute.
That is our Meyer access. Other than medallion that we don't know.
Yes. We also need King of Samaria though.
Yeah, very true. But is possible that the cane logically can be located inside Meyer at this point.
Yeah, that is possible. You only need the cane for the dark room to get to Vitreous. Alright, so King's Tomb for flute. Dig spot for mirror. In terms of Wraith, there's gonna be an item back with Lamulus. And honestly, it's really gonna come down to if it's Ether, Wraith has to do overroll checks. He can't get into any other dungeons at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're rooting for Wraith, you don't want Lamulus to have Ether, because that could send him to Turtle Rock.
Yeah. It's hard to really give an edge to either of these players at this point in time. They've checked very different things. Toast having to clean up some dungeons still, and Wraith having a few over-the-world locations, holding key items.
And Quake is needed for Mire, so we don't need Ether for Mire access at all.
The Shed only holding some hearts. And we'll see what Checkerboard has for us today. Just an arrow upgrade. And with that, Land Mole is going down on Wraith's side.
And just a bottle on Lamolus. So that is 5 crystals for Wraith. And we're going to see Toast head into Mire.
Definitely a gamble at this point, but overall, thinking logically, I don't really see any location left for Samaria. Other than like Graveyard Ledge or something like that. And Wraith gonna be getting that mirror right away.
Alright, and Wraith has that mirror. We'll see where he goes next.
The benefit of Toast having mirror, gonna be able to do Desert, as well as the Mire check at the same time. Oh, going to Bombos Tablet, maybe? Or, oh no, having access to Swamp.
Yeah, Wraith is going to Swamp at this point.
So we know this will be a decent time sink here to be getting all those items out.
Right. So for those that may have just joined us, Toast died in Pod and died in Ice Palace and has not completed the bosses in both of those dungeons. Wraith has. We know the flute is in the King's Tomb. We just need the Cane of Samaria for go mode. So Wraith, it's really going to come down to when Wraith goes to check King's Tomb for the flute, and then wherever the Cane of Samaria is. And right now, we know Swamp Palace does not have anything in it.
Yeah, at this point in time, Kane doesn't have too many locations left for it. Graveyard Ledge and Mire itself, I believe, at this point in time. As well as Bombos Tablet, I think. I don't think I've seen Wraith do that yet, so.
All right, Toast has Lamellus down.
Yeah, doing the left-hand side here, definitely a big time sink.
All right, so I would imagine Toast is probably going to check Meyer next.
Yeah, that seems like the logical play here to make.
Instead, Toast is going to head back to Ice to see if he can get third time the charm with Cold Stare.
I don't blame him on that part. Finish up what you have left kind of thing. This will also give access to the Pyramid Fairy, which cannot hold that cane, so...
Right. The reason why it can't hold the cane is we had a small key on Cold Stare. And so if the way the logic is set up with the key being on Cold Stare, it means the cane is required to get through Ice Palace. Most of the runners never do it because they know how Ice Palace Bomb Jump is one of like the first things you learn doing randomizer speed runs, but the logic does not assumes you don't know how to do the Ice Palace Bomb Jump.
Yeah, having lots of life this time around too, so we'll be able to make it down there, to hope. And Wraith heading up towards Argus. Very nice bomb jump. With 2 bosses and a dungeon in the way of Toast from entering GT at this point in time, Wraith not too far behind on the dungeon front, with only having Mire and Swamp here. And Toast heading off into the Cold Stare fight, and Wraith heading off into Argus fight.
We're
It's a
gonna
race.
have dueling bosses at this point.
Dueling bosses. Let's put Argus against Cold Stare, and we'll see who wins. Very nice Cold Stare fight on Toast side.
It's done. And Wraith is into phase 2 of Argus.
Very nice. Both runners finishing off their dungeons, respectively. puts Wraith one dungeon away from Ganon's Tower, whereas Toast has a Helmsar King in his way. Going to get our Bombos check here. So this is one of the 3 locations that I can think of for the cane to be. But just some explosives.
All right, and Toast is gonna head back into pod, try to get Helmsar finished.
Yeah, getting a dungeon cleaned out of the way, and then doing the search for Samaria. Definitely a good play to make. Looks like Wraith going to be doing the Pyramid Fairy. The only thing I would think that could potentially hold is Ether. Or maybe the Ice Rod or something. But
Well,
it will not. It won't be possible for Samaria at all.
No. But if it's Ether, that could lead him to Turtle Rock.
Although you wouldn't be able to do anything in TR.
All right, Cane. I keep forgetting about that Cane.
Yeah, otherwise you would have to hover to get anything. But it'll be interesting to see what the Pyramid Fairy has for us.
Alright, let's see what we got. 5 bomb upgrade and a nice rod.
A very nice rod. So it'll be interesting to see where they route in next. Of course, we know that where the flute is located, and I would assume right now going to be checking those locations. Or not. Where are we going, Wraith? What's our journey have for us?
So, if I had to take a guess, since he has the mirror, he can also route Graveyard Ledge while he's doing Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb.
Very true.
Except that's not what he's doing. He's going back into Thieves Town? He never beat Blind.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know the pedestal has couch cash.
Yes, exactly.
Because Wraith died to Blind. That's what he's doing.
Now, did Blind have the 4th item though?
It was a piece of heart. Yes, and it was a piece of heart.
Makes for a very interesting time then, because if you're doing the boss for the item, then that's fine. But if you were to think logically, the pendant can't help you because of where the lamp was located.
Right. I imagine this is just for that 4th item, which he just now finds out is a piece of heart. We can certainly ask him if he joins us for an interview.
Yeah, definitely. Toast making the same play here, gonna be doing the Pyramid Fairy.
And now I have to guess this is what I said earlier of doing Flanctuary and Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, gonna be checking Bumper Cave along the way. But just 50 rupees up there. And at this point, it is either that Graveyard Ledge, or we're gonna have ourselves a Vanilla Cane. Toast at the moment actually has a lot of overworld locations left to check. Hasn't done Hookshot Cave at all yet.
He actually also never did Graveyard Ledge. When Toast did Flanctuary, he just did it in the light roll coming out of Sanctuary, so he's actually heading for Graveyard Ledge right as Wraith is going there too.
If this is Kane, we have a race on our hands.
Moment of truth. Nope, 300 bucks.
So that means Kane should be located within Mire.
Yes.
But both of them still have a few overworld locations left to check.
Alright, Wraith is gonna get the flute here.
This race is definitely going to come down to the wire at this point, I feel.
Certainly will. Wraith has the flutes. Imagine he's gonna go activate it.
And we'll see if he decides to do the Mire play right away or not. But with no item locations really left on the map, you would expect them to dive.
Please rise for the Swag Duck National Anthem.
Brings a tear to my eye every time.
And with that, the pheasant is present. Alright. Alright, Toast is heading for Mire. Wraith is right behind him. If this Kane is here, for all of the problems Toast had on dying to both Cold Stare and Helmassar, we may have a race again.
Very, very close. Only a couple items here for Wraith to check out, and then we'll be diving in Mire as well. It also depends on whether or not Toast can do the Dark Room here in Mire, with showing really, really decent performance in the other Dark Rooms. I myself would expect he'd be okay.
Yeah, the lamp is at Hookshot Cave and Toast hasn't been there yet. So he's gonna have to do the Dark Room of Mire without the lamp. Wraith will have the lamp.
Yeah, exactly. Where is Wraith off to? What are you checking, Wraith? Are you checking Pedestal? I think so.
No, he's going for the portal. That's gotta be something different.
Ooh.
Alright, we got the big key into Mire. We're pretty certain the Kane has to be here, right?
Yeah, I don't see any other location at this point in time. It could be a forced double dip where you get like powder here in Mire, or mushroom in Mire, and then you have to do a little bit of a fetch quest, but...
Wraith never did south of Grove.
Oh, no. There's the compass. The suspense is killing me.
Alright, he's gonna flute away. Come on, Wraith, go back to... No, don't go in the portal! Go back to Meyer! Now where's he headed?
I don't think there's anything left. Unless he somehow didn't do purple chest, which I don't recall.
He didn't do the lunchbox. All right, we have a big 20. That's the first item in Meyer.
Toast playing with fire a little bit, down to a half a heart. Oh,
Oh! He did get that fairy though, so he does have that.
yeah, definitely very nice on that part.
Oh, it's the mushroom!
No, this is a forced double dip. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Is it gonna be really annoying and make it be a vanilla powder? And then have powder lead to it?
I don't know, but Toast is turning in that mushroom right now.
That is so cruel. You're so close to go mode, but you're forced to do a double dip here. Oh no!
Yo, dog, I heard you like fetch quests, so I put a fetch quest in your fetch quest, so you can fetch quest while you fetch quest.
I'm sorry I mentioned it. It's the caster curse. Some vanilla powder, in which this has to be the cane. 100%, this is cane.
There's a part of me that wants to do the meme, and there's another part of me that knows that that's Phantom Ryu's, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that to Phantom Ryu. But if you do check the fine print, it did in fact be required to be Kane, and that is go mode for Toast.
With having everything for Meyer already, gonna be able to just go mode it. And Wraith needing to find that mushroom here.
Now Toast still has to do Meyer in the dark. But he's got, I mean, if he can pull off Darkroom Meyer, he has got a lead at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a little slower to do it in the dark. Oh, that
takes a death there.
Nasty. Yeah. Those birds, very cruel.
Toast also does not have the silver arrows, which we knew were on. They were Ether Tablet, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that could make a big difference.
Alright, this race is far from over.
Yeah, this could come down to the Ganon fights or the big key location inside of the tower. Wraith not too far off that mushroom, and Toast having to do Darkroom as well as not having silvers at this point in time.
Alright, Toast is back into Meyer.
just a Vitreous away from that Ganon Tower.
Chat bringing up a good point. This is a 1-2 match. This is loser leaves town. The stakes are mounting here.
Yeah, exactly. It's do or die at this point in time. Every play counts going forward here.
Oh, Toast is out of keys.
Uh-oh. There is a key inside the big chest.
Yes.
So
Which Wraith got.
has to go around and route that in.
Alright, Wraith has the mushroom. He knows that's it. He's mirroring out. Let's hope he goes right for the potion shop.
I would expect nothing less. Wraith has already done all the Death Mountain stuff, so that is the only location left to have. Or not. Where are we going?
Wraith, where are you going? Did he not do Bombo's tablet?
No, I'm pretty sure I saw Wraith do Bombo's tablet. Where are we going? We're going on a magical journey that I don't understand. But... Pyramid check? No,
No,
because
he
they've done... He did the Pyramid Fairy already, so...
Did he not do...
Catfish?
Oh, he may not have done Catfish. And so what this probably is route Mushroom. Yeah, because he's got the mirror here. He's gonna do Mushroom first. And if it's not here, which we know it is, well, we know the powder is here. So then the question is, he's probably gonna do Catfish after this. But he's gonna...
I mean, you could leave your portal right there, and then flute and quickly do powder.
Alright, Wraith is gonna pick up potions. Toast is in the dark room of Meyer. He's found the switch, but he's off. It looked like he found the switch. Oh, he's out of magic also! There was a full magic refill right at the front of the bridge. Alright, he's got it. Alright. Wraith has the powder. He's going for Magic Bat.
Alright, and here it is on Wraith's side. Getting that cane.
Alright. Strap yourselves in, this race is far from over. Toast has gotta be careful though.
Oh, down to one heart here.
Now he did pick up a fairy, so he's not. So this death is not going to be in vain.
Yeah, exactly. Looked like he was trying to route to the north there to hit the switch, but already had hit the switch. So
Yeah, you've already got a hit, Toast. You don't need to hit it again. Or actually, no, it is blue on the. It's blue on that side.
that is true. Maybe
Yeah,
hit it by accident and then had to hit it again.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. All right.
Both of them in the same dungeon here, so very
Toast
close.
makes it Toast makes it through. Alright, so this race is basically going to come down to silver arrows. Wraith has them, Toast doesn't. They're on the ether tablet.
Yeah, exactly. Those silver arrows could make this fight a lot faster, too.
This is also true. Wraith also has to be careful because he doesn't have a lot of health. He's going to pick up that fairy there. All right, here we go.
And Wraith having the lamp here, not going to be wasting any time in these dark rooms, going to be able to zoom right by.
All right, so we know Toast has a safety fairy.
This is getting really close. They're going to high five in this boss room here.
All right.
Ooh, gonna use that fairy though.
Yeah, he is gonna use that fairy. Now that's the only one he has. If he dies again, all right, he's got it. Now just 8 arrows to Vitreous's eyeball.
And here's our high five, but the silver arrow fight is much quicker.
Right. Toast finishes Vitreous as Wraith starts.
Oh, the one phase. The 0 cycle. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Here we go. They both have 7 crystals. They're in go mode. Now, we're not on the speed gaming channel, so we can't do the game, but there are in fact 22 locations where that Ganon's Tower big key can be. So if you would still like to play along and put in a guess, you can do so. Unfortunately, we can't put you on the leaderboard.
Yeah, but we will be counting. So off the honor system, we can definitely do this game.
Aether, where do you think it's going to be?
I love lucky number 7, but mainly I prefer a location over the number itself. That first set of 4 chests on the left-hand side, that is where I normally go for it. For the last chest in there, number 7.
All right, I'm gonna say 4. Oh, could Toast be picking up? Is Toast gonna pick up the silvers?
Very possible.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna waste. He's gonna lose a little bit of time getting the silvers, but he's gonna have them now.
This 100% comes down to the big key location, if a gamble comes through or not, or if Ganon fight. Like, this is absolutely incredibly close.
This is gonna come down to execution. Wraith was having problems with those dead rocks, and oh man, folks, strap yourselves in. This just got really interesting.
Absolutely incredible so far.
All right, whoever goes in first, that's the numbering we're gonna use for the big key guessing game, which is gonna be Wraith by just a hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, this is 1 and 2. Loser leaves town. This.
Absolutely incredible, though, for both runners. Heading into Ganon's Tower pre-2 hour and putting up a fight with the seed given to them.
All right, Wraith is in first. We'll use his numbering. He's gonna go right side first. Toast is also going right. Number 1. Heart container. Number 2.
Another heart container.
You gotta go left. You can't find a small key here. I mean, you probably could in the towel room, but again, that would mean you have to do towel room.
Yeah, towel room is not fun.
Number 3, small key.
Skipping it. There's a key in this next room here.
Bob will live on.
Oh, Toast
Bob
deciding to kill Bob.
But get that small key. Every second is going to count. Oh, man.
This is so close. There's Ether.
Number 4, there's Ether. Number 5, 20 bucks. Number 6, 20 bucks. Number 7, 20 bucks.
Oh, they're so in sync. No.
Oh!
This absolutely incredible to watch this far.
Oh, Toast drops.
Oh, that was merely like a second apart.
Number 8, 5-arrow upgrade. For those that just joined us, Toast died to Helmassar and Cold Stare and has somehow come back to make it this close.
Oh, Wraith missing the switch there. Toast now gains the slight lead. "100% down to execution at this point in time.
9,
Both of them
small
getting
key.
Both getting the nice bonk jump there. And will it be in the rando room? Mere seconds apart.
10, piece of heart. 11, compass. 12, 20 bucks. 13, 5 bucks.
We're coming for you, Bob. We are coming.
Now the only thing left that could probably determine this is Toast does not have any safeties. Wraith did buy potions, so Wraith has the safeties that Toast does not have.
Yeah, and Toast also only in green mail at this point in time. The other mails, one being on the island at Lake Hylia, and the other being inside of Hookshot Cave.
Oh, Toast taking a lead, being able to bypass the warp. 14, 20 bucks.
And we get ourselves an Ice Armos fight here. Oh. Very unfortunate there on Wraith's side. Gonna have to do this in the slower way.
Oh, man.
Or
No, he's gonna,
can reset the pots. Very nice.
Yeah, he's going to reset the pots. Man, Toast has gotten this lead at this point. All right, 15. Small key, 16. Butter sword, 17. There it is!
All right, if you guessed 17 people, you have a win here for the big key guessing game. Unfortunately, there is no leaderboard, but you did win. Now with Butter Sword, this could make for a very interesting Ganon fight too. It'll make it a lot quicker.
Oh no. Toast only has 3 arrows.
Oh, this is coming into a big play now.
Oh no, no, he used them! He's out!
Uh-oh.
He's out of arrows!
Toast is out of arrows, and Wraith didn't pick up Butter Sword.
Oh no! Toast!
Very close race. But where would you think to go get arrows at this point in time?
Apparently there must be some in Hera, because that's where he's going.
There are a lot of pots in the upper regions of the tower. Oh, that's just really unfortunate to run out of arrows there. And that's all because of Meyer not having silvers.
Yeah. Chat pointing out he does have the shovel. He could have shoveled for arrows. It'd be completely random, but all right, 2 hours, 4 minutes, 55 seconds in. Wraith is in the gauntlet.
This could all come down to a fall at Ganon or anything at this point in time.
And Toast picks up the half magic that was in Hera this whole time. Toast not finding any arrows. He's gonna back out.
This is getting real close.
Oh. And it's just painful every time Wraith kills an enemy and you see an arrow drop and it's just like, oh no.
Alright, what is the game plan on Toast's side? He's just searching.
He's just trying to find somewhere he can get some arrows. He's now heading to Hookshot Cave. He's gonna get that lamp he's been missing the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
There's that lamp.
Lift the pots, or the skulls. Get yourself some arrows, if there is any in there. Blue mail.
There's that blue mail.
And money. Now, are you even able to buy arrows anywhere? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, he's desperate at this point. He's searching far and wide.
And we're gonna have to tell him he was in the lead. Like, we're gonna have to tell him when we get to the interview.
Yeah. There's the magic refill for Super Bunny Cave. Where is he heading off to next? The more and more time that Toast spends searching for these arrows, though, Wraith is getting higher and higher up in this tower. The shop not having any in stock.
I don't believe there's a shop in the game where you can buy arrows. Now he thinks to pull out the shovel.
There it is. Off he goes.
Now he has to go all the way back.
Yeah, as well as having to make the those 10 arrows count. On to the Moldorm 2 fight. 2 spin slashes will do it.
Chat asking, will shovel dashing dig up items? No, just the one that's the actual dig.
And just gotta get up these stairs and we'll be one room away from Aga. Will we have some good phases, or are they going to be a little nasty?
That one's not particularly helpful. Doesn't get any there. This one should be a little better, but only gets 1.
Yeah, blue ball stopping, getting 2 there. And gets a double, nice.
Yep, so we're at 3.
That was very close to a good triple setup.
4. 5.
Oh, Aga is so out of sync.
There he goes.
Alright, just the Ganon fight between Wraith and Victory.
Man. Oh man, this has been intense.
And Toast, starting off this gauntlet, has 15 arrows now.
No. Toast, don't mirror. Oh. All right, now there are arrows in this next room, in the pots.
I think that's my least favorite room, just due to the BMOS.
All right, phase 2.
This is getting real close.
Wraith
Wraith
using a
being
potion.
prepared.
I imagine Toast is gonna pick up some fairies here. He'll use those for safeties.
Yeah, exactly. Wraith playing this fight relatively safe here. Very nice so far with this Ganon fight, and on to the last phase we go.
There's 4 arrows to the face, and that's game. Gets the first one, but is gonna miss the torch glitch.
Gets a nice double.
Yep, just one more. And that's it.
The pig is dead. He's roasted, and bacon is served.
Oh, and Toast takes a fall right as the Wraith gets it.
Another
And-
unfortunate room there.
And with that, Gaming with a Wraith finishes with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 3 seconds. Spam those GGs in chat.
Definitely nice. Clutch ending there. If Toast had had arrows, I don't know who would have come out on top. That would have come down to just straight up Ganon fight.
And we have Gaming with a Wraith joining us in chat. GG.
Very nice.
Can you hear us?
I'll take that as a no.
Hello?
Well,
Oh,
there we go.
there's-
Hello. GG.
Of course, now I can't hear. Hold on. My sound's all sorts of screwed up, I think.
That's okay.
Now it should be good.
Can
Hello.
you hear us now?
Or not.
Alright. Whilst Wraith figures out the issue here, Toast making their way up the tower.
Be sure to give both of these runners a follow on Twitch. This was quite the entertainment that they have put on for both of us today. They both of them deserve your follows.
Alright, now I'm good. I can hear everybody.
Okay.
Alright.
Hello, hello.
How are
GG
you?
on your win.
Thank
Yes. How are you feeling?
you. That was a thing that just happened.
It certainly was.
I don't even I'm just like I'm lost on that one.
Well, you two were actually in sync inside Ganon's tower
We were.
until Toast ran out of arrows.
Oh god.
Yes. Toast
Oh,
didn't
God.
have silvers for Vitreous, so ended up using a lot of arrows there. So that first mimic room, Toast didn't have arrows to defeat the mimics.
Oh.
Here,
Holy crap.
you want to know what's even worse?
All right, go.
Toast died both to Cold Stare and Helmassar. He had to redo both of those fights.
Oh man. I know
So,
my beginning, I was like a little jittery, so I kept dying to silly things, but I calmed it down a little bit later.
I mean, that comes with it's a race. You're fighting for your life in this tournament, as well as you're having the pleasure of being restreamed in front of a ton of people. So I'm sure that comes with a lot of the jitteriness.
Yeah. But oh
yeah,
man.
basically, if you, I would certainly recommend you go back and watch the restream. But basically, what happened was he ended up going to Meyer before you did. And you kept doing, as you were doing like the overworld checks before going to Meyer, he was in Meyer getting the mushroom, which led to the powder, which led to the cane.
Oh.
So basically, he actually was ahead of you. And then again, he didn't have silvers. And so he had to do normal arrow vitreous, and basically you caught up with him doing silver arrow vitreous, and then it was kind of just neck and neck the whole rest of the way. He even did go to ether and get the silver arrows, but it just was, he was down so many few arrows that he got to the red mimic rooms first and just ran out.
Oh man. Wow. Wow. That's all I got on that. That's
And to add insult to injury, I have just received word from our restreamer Iceman F1 that Toast's PC has crashed. He did see that race that you had finished, so he is going to forfeit here.
okay.
Very unfortunate circumstances there, but
Ouch.
was nearly done anyways, so it's not
Right.
too bad. But that end game was actually very insane. The time that Toast spent doing the dark room in Meyer without the lamp, as well as the amount of arrows it took for Vitreous, Vitreous was exploding at the same time for both of you.
Holy cow. I guess we were in sync.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, it was intense that whole time in the basement of Ganon's tower. Like, you guys were neck and neck trading the lead back and forth. It was intense to watch.
I guess I have something to watch in a little while then.
Yeah, overall, it was a fantastic race from both of you, and now you get to live on in the tournament. Still, you're going 2-2. Any high hopes at all for you, or are you just playing for the fun of it?
I'm playing for the fun of it. I mean, I'm happy that my goal coming in was just win once, so I'm 2-2. That's double what I expected at this point. That was, man.
One question I had for you, actually I had a couple, and I'm trying to remember if this was right.
I know there's one with Thieves Town.
It was Thieves Town. When you went to Thieves Town, were you going just for the fourth item? I know you took a death on blind, but were you actually thinking about the pendant at all at that point?
No, I wasn't thinking about the pendant at all. I was literally just thinking about blind, and I'm like, did I miss it? Is that the one when I was messing that whole thing up? I was just thinking, oh man, please don't let it be there, because then I probably have lost at that point, was my thought.
Oh man, we have Toast in the chat. He told us that his controller came unplugged from the USB port, and he got a blue screen of death right at that point. Ouch.
Oh, that is never fun to deal with.
No.
GG to you, Toast. I would certainly recommend you watch the VOD of the race, because you actually were in the lead, but Toast ran out of arrows in the red mimic cave, and that's what ended up doing the race. That was what this race came down to.
Yeah, overall, fantastic performance to both these runners. And everyone in chat, if you liked what you saw today, definitely hit these up with a follow. They put on a great show for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. We also want to give a shout out to our tracker Sinhi, our restreamer Iceman F1, and Chris Dather. It was a pleasure to commentate with you.
Definitely. As for Rando going on right now, it's a few hours away, but there is one going on ALTTP Randomizer at 6:30 between t000ast and Vash. So that'll be exciting to watch.
Yep, and then we have at 8 p.m. we have 2 races going on. We have Cryptix and Murphy 0749 on Speed Gaming 5. We have Tiru and Vulagin racing on Speed Gaming 2. And then at 10 p.m. we have Glentai versus Gonspore on Speed Gaming 3. And wait, do I see this right? You and I are going to be co-commentating again for that one.
So if you all like hearing our voices together, you can tune in at 10 tonight.
We also have on ALTTP Randomizer 2 the Vinyl Knight versus Glan, and that's going to be at midnight tonight. Well, with that, I think we are going to wrap up shop here. Gaming with Awraith, did you have any final thoughts?
I just want to thank you guys for the restream. Thank everybody that was involved with it, to the commentators, tracker, the restreamer. Thanks for a great game, Toast. I'm sorry that your computer crashed, and I feel really bad about the arrows thing, but that was a heck of a race. GG.
Yeah, GG's all around. All right, that's gonna do it for us, and we will see you guys. Aether and I will probably see you guys at 10 p.m. on Speed Gaming. What was it, 2 or 3? 3. If not, be sure to stick around. There's still plenty of rando action going on. But we are gonna sign off here and have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you all for tuning in.